Hey Shelby, Marguerite here. I am answering your small business marketing question that you gave me on a feedback form from attending my presentation, the Operation Game Change. And the question you have here is one that a lot of small business services have themselves, which is basically what is the best way to get meetings with business owners? Because if you do business to business services, you typically have to meet with the owners or the people in top management of those other businesses, and you might be servicing other small businesses or other large businesses. But getting FaceTime can be tough because these individuals are very busy. And to be frank, they're also constantly being sold a lot of things, and they realize that they have to get out there and make connections and find the resources that they need and operate within what are cost-effective parameters, but it's sometimes kind of hard to figure out where, to best spend your time. And so rarely is the case that, and I'm sure you've had this, but you also know, rarely is the case that you'll meet somebody, they're a business owner, and they'll say, yeah, I'll have lunch with you, or sure, I'll meet up with you. They're just too busy. And they're not really sure if the time being spent with you is worthwhile. So how can we make them feel that it will be worthwhile, and then they'll go ahead and make that decision? Well, let's start from the beginning. You have to make a lot of connections first, obviously, and then there's a conversion rate to the number you can get to meet with you, and then there's the conversion rate for those that meet with you to actually purchasing your services or using your help. So let's start with, how do you actually make connections? Because you're going to have to make a lot of them all the time. And I met you through networking. So obviously you're doing that. You're going to the places where you know you're going to meet business owners, and you're shaking hands and exchanging cards. So that's the first step. Obviously following up afterwards with a short email that doesn't ask anything from them. I advise that the email be something more like, your business is very interesting, and this is what I think is really neat about it. Here's my personal interest in that, if that would apply, or how I can relate to it. And just to let you know, this is what I do too, and I would be happy to talk with you anytime should you have any questions. So very non-salesy, but just touching base, and maybe even getting permission. Can I get in touch with you down the road if I have something of additional value to provide from you, or you can expect to hear from me? So business owners don't mind those kind of things as long as they're not inundated. Now, networking is hard because there's only so much time you can spend doing that and so many people you can meet. I really strongly urge you to also be very active on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a very powerful tool that I strongly recommend for any professional, especially people that are business owners. Did you know that 40% of the people on LinkedIn, there's 147 million people, over 147 million people right now who use LinkedIn. 40% of them are in management, to upper level management, to director, to owner of businesses. That's huge. There's a huge girth there of people to meet. And you can operate locally, or depending on your business, maybe you can go beyond the boundaries of regionalists. So, or excuse me, of your region. So LinkedIn offers that which you can never do with networking. But a strong profile is necessary. And then, of course, you have to engage through groups and all the other tools that LinkedIn provides for networking. Matter of fact, on February 27th, it's on a Wednesday evening, I am co-facilitating with a LinkedIn expert here in Hampton Roads, Dawn Boyer, a workshop specifically designed to help business owners connect with other business owners on how to generate leads and to build strategic alliances. So it's a time investment in LinkedIn, but it's free. I mean, it's a free resource. You just have to be able to use it in the right manner, and you do have to spend time and often invest a little bit of money in training to get moving that direction. So those are the two avenues I suggest in terms of reaching out and finding people. Now, how do you actually get them to meet with you? Well, you have to build a little bit of rapport, of course. And I talked also about how you have to give them more of a reason than just to show up and they hope that it makes sense, or they hope they're not going to get sold, or it's worthwhile. I mean, if they're going to meet with you because they like what you do already, then you've already sold them before they've even come to meet with you. So a way that instead we can create more value for them and they're still trying to decide if they're even your businesses are of use to them, is creating educational opportunities. I really strongly recommend Lunch and Learns. A simple presentation, a number of business owners, they can network among themselves. They like that. If you're providing the lunch, that's even better, or if it's really low cost for them, but they're learning something really helpful for them as a business. It's not, your presentation isn't a straight up sales pitch. It's more of developing their awareness within your area of expertise so that they can just make smarter decisions, because every business owner wants to make smarter decisions. I would just create a marketing system that filters business owners that way. Go from getting a connection, building rapport, agreeing that they don't mind staying connected with you, presenting them with the learning opportunity. It's going to maybe take some people 6 months before they'll actually come to one of your luncheons. But only 3% of people right now that are a target market are ready to buy. And there's 30% who will never buy from you no matter what. So we're not going to worry about them. But then that leaves the whole gamut of almost 70% of people who are in different places in their life. And that point to make a sale hasn't occurred yet. And of course, getting them to the meetings or meeting up with you is going to help ramp that up significantly. I hope you found this helpful to your business. I'd love to know what you think. And Shelby, I wish you the best in pursuing your endeavors, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Have a terrific day.